Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti, and you can find my information in the description box below. This is an energy update for the week beginning April 4th through April 10th, 2020. And right off the bat, I want to apologize for any background noise you might hear in this video. As we all know, the kiddos are at home, so we're having to make adjustments. Many of us are dealing with a lot of intense situations and intensifications. The collective energy is being forced into shadow work. So kind of getting a crash course in ascension and spiritual growth, where we may have had more time, us as light workers, as way shores, as the first wavers, to kind of process this energy. I feel like a lot of the collective is just kind of having to adjust and adjust quickly. Today is April 4th, and there's a massive energy portal open today. A lot of people are doing collective meditations to harness the angelic energy of the 444 galactic portal. And this is a very special time to really receive a lot of support and love and guidance. But remember that angels, our teachers, our guides can only help us if we ask. And we will get help and support, but that does not exempt us from having certain situations and really getting the full impact of the human experience. So we will receive whatever we need for our highest good. That is also good for our growth and evolution. At this time, we're also seeing all of the ways that we sabotage ourselves, all of our little triggers because we're at home, we don't have anything to do. There's a saying, when the devil can't make you angry, he makes you busy. So a lot of us, most of us, our routines have been interrupted. So we have a lot of time for self-examination, for perhaps conflict, if that's how you choose to really allow this energy to manipulate you in that way. You don't have to. This could be a wonderful time for growth and expansion and really kind of hitting the reset button in your life. But seeing all of your little triggers, these are areas of your life that are treasures, because this is where you are weak, where you can actually go in and do some very focused healing work so that you can become a better and more balanced, well-rounded human being. So let's see situations from a higher perspective. This is a very challenging time indeed, but we have all of the tools we need. Something that we all have as a resource is the ability to practice self-care, no matter what the circumstances are. A huge part of self-care, I feel, is consistency in our spiritual practices. And there's 4 components to a well-rounded spiritual practice: prayer, meditation, breath work, and writing. Now, these can take many different forms. Explore these areas and see what works for you. See what helps you to connect spiritually. Hydration is also very important. Remember that we are 80% water, and a lot of what we're dealing with is affecting our emotional body, and the emotions are connected to water. So the more consistent you can be with your hydration, the better off you will be as far as being able to integrate and navigate these energies. Eating well and learning how to cook foods that you love are also a huge part of self-care, because then you don't have to rely on outside sources to feed yourself, because you know how to prepare healthy food for yourself. You have time now to do research, to experiment in the kitchen. This could be very fun. Keeping a daily routine is also very important. As I mentioned in my last video, showering regularly, making sure that you're doing the things that you would normally do to the best of your ability every day, like eating meals regularly, exercising regularly. So just keeping a routine, keeping a schedule. If you're working from home, that's definitely important. Body care. So this is like dry brushing, taking sea salt baths, massaging yourself, just taking care of yourself and exploring different ways that you can release energy from your body and attract more calm and peace. So sea salt baths are good for removing toxins physically, but also energetically. Remember that your skin is the largest organ on your body. So definitely have a regular exfoliation routine. Resting and sleep. Buddha said sleep is the best meditation, but make sure that you're getting adequate sleep. Remember, a lot of us aren't really working, or, our routines are not as they used to be. So most of us have time to get our sleep routine back in order if that's kind of slipped up. Make sure that you're getting the rest that you need. Taking breaks from the news and media will also be highly beneficial, because everything that we need to know will be revealed to us. So don't allow yourself to be inundated. Just be informed, get what you need, and then go on about your day. Supplementation is going to be important if you cannot find certain healthy foods. A lot of people did that panic buying, and just over the next couple of weeks, there may be limited availability on certain items. So if you find that you are not able to get a lot of healthy greens and vegetables and fruits and whole foods, then you might want to explore supplementation as a means for you to get in your nutrition. If you watched my last video, I talked about EMF, electromagnetic frequency, otherwise known as radiation, and how some of the symptoms of the V actually mirror EMF. So take that for what you will. But I wanted to offer some crystals for EMF protection that you may already have in your collection. Black tourmaline is one that I talk about a lot. It's great for overall protection, energy transmutation, and grounding. Shungite, I can never pronounce that one. Shungite is great for pain relief, insomnia, and stress relief. And then turquoise is great for emotional healing, tranquility, and spiritual attunement. Now, all of these crystals will help you with EMF protection, but these are some of the specific uses for these crystals that I think could be beneficial for you at this time as well. So you can use these crystals daily with your meditations, or you can carry them in your pocket as pocket stones, maybe get some jewelry. You could also use crystal grids in your home. There's lots of ways that you can work with crystals, crystal elixirs, if the crystal is good with water, which most of them are, but do some research. Some crystals don't like to be wet. But definitely utilize these tools, because these are things, like I said, that you might already have, but you can really set intentions with so that they can help you during this time. I mean, we could use all the help that we could get right now. Another thing I wanted to mention is the diatomaceous earth and apple cider vinegar drink that I talked about. Man, this is probably a few months ago in a webinar Wednesday that I did. This mixture is great for removing heavy metals from your body. Now, you can use these two separately, but I like to use them together because they both have detoxifying properties that are a little bit different from one another that I like. But as I mentioned, heavy metal detox, because technology controls metal. We are currently dealing with EMF pollution, whether or not the V has anything to do with it or not. It's just a part of our reality, so we could always use the protection. So removing these heavy metals is gonna help you with feeling a lot more energetic, because heavy metals make you feel lethargic. Metals are very toxic in the body, certain metals. We do need minerals, but we don't need an excess of things like aluminum and other like highly toxic metals that dull our pineal gland, first of all, and attract more toxins into our body. So doing a heavy metal cleanse annually sometimes is great, and you can do this with a green juice cleanse, and that'll also help you to cleanse other things as well. But diatomaceous earth and apple cider vinegar are things that you can use every single day for just like maintenance. Also, removing fluoride products from your home, drinking purified water will help to reduce the amount of heavy metals that you absorb. Let's move on to the astrology. As I mentioned in the last video, on April 4th, Jupiter is conjunct Pluto, and this is a major astrological transit for powerful transformation, goal achievement, and success. This energy is very motivating and should be used for goal achievement. There is a shadow aspect of this transit, and that is the 7 deadly sins, right? Greed, pride, jealousy, and so on. So channel this energy into motivating activities. On April 7th, we have the Libra full moon at 18 degrees, 7:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Full moons are always about awareness, manifesting, culminations, endings. They are emotional and extroverted in nature. This full moon is making a minor aspect, a quincunx to Neptune, so we could see a spike in the V. There could be a lot of confusion, fatigue, and stress coming to the surface. I mean, we're all dealing with that on some level and to some extreme, just because life as we know it will never be the same. And I think we all know that on some level, but we're dealing with the initial impact of it. And every single day we're getting new information, and it's usually not good news. So this is challenging energy. And there's a lot of risk for misdiagnosis and hypochondriacs, people going to the hospital, creating more disorganization, when really, if you're not well, just stay home. There's a limited amount of tests and masks and supplies. Most of us, if we do catch this virus, we will recover. So the best thing that you can do is stay home if you are not feeling well, and that's with any illness, because then you don't expose other people to it. So be mindful of that. Take responsibility for yourself. People are really feeling the effects of this isolation too. Like, we're just over it, right? But Libra, the energy of Libra is about balance and justice. So trust that all is well, that everything is working out for our highest good. And we can see things from a higher perspective if we choose to. So let's channel the higher energies of Neptune, which is idealism and really visualizing a better world for ourselves, and not get caught up in the drama and the fear. It's truly our choice. Mars is going to be squaring Uranus in Taurus, so this could make people impulsive and rebellious. We could see more people trying to violate the social distancing orders and demonstrations and things like that. Again, try to use this energy for channeling into positive activities like hobbies, and allow yourself to really dive deeper than you ever have. You have the time and the space now, most of us, to really get into some introspection and figure out how we want to move forward, because we have a clean slate, some of us, whether we like it or not. So how are we going to make our lives what we want it to be? Mercury is also sextile to Pluto. So this is just about us thinking before we act, not getting caught up in the impulsive, fear-based energies that are floating around right now, not getting into more panic buying and hoarding toilet paper and this, cutthroat type of mentality. That is, we don't have time for that energy anymore. We've got to come together as a people and really rebuild, because we can see that the old structures are finally crumbling. We've all been waiting for this. We've all been trained by life for this. So let's embrace the energy of peace and transformation, going with the flow. This could also be a day where we finally get some good news. Perhaps we get some good media news. Let's move on to the angel number, and 524 shows up again. This number's come up a few times. The angels are overseeing all of the changes. Remember that we are the light workers, the light warriors that are helping bring in this new cycle. We're helping to bring in this new earth energy. All of these changes are bringing you into alignment with your mission and purpose. It's no accident that this astrological energy, for the most part, is in earth energies. This 524 is also connected to master number 11, and we know that is an evolution number, an ascension number. So let's stay present as much as possible and ask our angels and guides for help with even the most mundane of things, because they're here to support us at this time. So I wanted to show you the crystals again as a reminder that these will also not only help you with the EMF protection, but with protection against viruses and spiritual protection. Because remember, we are in a spiritual warfare. And this is not warfare in the sense that, oh, I'm trying to defeat an enemy. Because remember, the light has already won. This is about us being wayshowers, examples to other people who don't know that this spiritual battle is even occurring, or maybe they're just now becoming aware of it. But they may not know that the light has already won because of the circumstances and situations they're dealing with. There's no way that they believe that. And so I feel like a lot of our purpose, the general purpose of light workers, way showers, star seeds, is to be that quote unquote light, that energy that knows how to transmute darkness, that knows how to evolve and shift and change with grace and with guidance. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and the eagle. The mighty eagle shows up. This is about keeping your head up and seeing things from a higher perspective, facing your challenges head on with courage and bravery. Remember that the eagle is a bird of prey. It can see its next meal from hundreds of feet away. So focus on what it is that you want and disregard the distractions. The eagle is also the bearer of messages straight from the divine, and these messages are usually straightforward and very direct. Rebirth and renewal are also the energies that the eagle carries with it on its wings of change. This is a time of self-discovery, retreat, and alignment. So call on the eagle spirit to help you with these things. Let's move on to the oracle cards. And I was led to pull from the Oracle of the Fairies and the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck. So the cards that came out were New Beginnings and Animal Instincts. You are being protected by Mother Gaia as she goes through her healing cycle, which is another attribute of this time that we're in right now. So trust your intuition and trust yourself. Trust that you have always done the best that you can with the understanding, awareness, and information that you have. Right now, we're being bombarded, if you will, by a lot of information internally and externally. So be gentle and kind and patient with yourself. This is a time of you maybe connecting to your inner child, learning about yourself from the perspective of the past, and maybe some healing work that you need to do surrounding your early years. Babies are very honest about how they feel. And we're being asked to be that way with ourselves right now, to let everything flow through us, all of our emotions, all of our feelings. Use this time also to connect to your spiritual gifts and realize that you've had the power all along to change your life. This could also be about the birth of a baby or a new idea. So again, we're in the infancy of this new energy that's coming in. So all we can do is take this one day at a time, allow ourselves to receive fresh energy and insights every single day, and continue to trust ourselves, to stay consistent with our spiritual practices, connecting to the divine, and getting out in nature. We still have the ability to take walks and get fresh air. So make sure that you're getting some sunshine, some fresh air as much as you possibly can, but practicing social distancing as well. Thank you for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you would like to donate, if you like my work, you can do so using the PayPal or Venmo links below. Please take very, very, very good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.